Welcome back for another deep dive with different perspectives.
It's great to be back.
So, you know, running a startup or just like working in general,
Mm.
it can feel like there are never enough hours in the day.
Definitely, yeah.
So today, we're going to unlock some serious time-saving secrets.
Ooh, secrets.
With Google Sheets automation and AppScript.
All right.
We're going to kind of demystify all this, and you don't have to be like a coding whiz or tech expert to get a ton out of this.
That's right, yeah.
Our guide for this deep dive is the source material, Step Up Your Data Game, 10 Advanced Google Sheets Automation Projects, which sounds pretty intense.
It is. It's good stuff, though.
Yeah.
There's a lot in there.
And it's going to be pretty awesome because we're going to learn about some really cool things like pulling live data, building dashboards. You can even sync with databases.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, let's get to it.
Let's do it.
First things first, how do Google Sheets and AppScript work together?
So think about it like this. You've got Google Sheets, which is like a blank canvas. That's where you're organizing your data, you're looking at it, you're trying to visualize it, but it's kind of static until you introduce AppScript.
Gosh.
Which is like your set of paintbrushes.
Okay, so AppScript is like how you get creative.
Exactly.
I like it.
Exactly. And so it allows you to automate and customize almost everything within Google Sheets. So if you need to get some data from a website, AppScript can do it. If you want to send an automatic email, AppScript can do that too.
That's awesome. And anyone who has a Gmail account has access to
Anyone with a Regal account can get to this, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal, especially for startups.
Oh, totally.
Because this levels the playing field in a sense, because you have all these tools that previously only large companies really had access to.
Totally.
And now you can compete, you can get all that stuff done as well.
I love it.
It's really cool.
Okay, let's talk about the 10 projects that this source material kind of lays out. So first up, importing data from external APIs.
So this one's really neat. It's like your spreadsheet has a direct pipeline to all sorts of information out there on the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Like imagine a financial startup. They can track livestock prices in their spreadsheets, so everything's up to date, really accurate.
Yeah, no more manual entries,
Yeah.
no more typos or anything like that.
Exactly, yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, next up we have automating email notifications.
So this one's a huge efficiency booster.
Yeah.
So say you have an online store
Okay.
and you want to know if your inventory is getting low, you can set up an alert to automatically let you know.
Perfect.
So you don't have to keep checking those dashboards.
Love it.
You just get a notification, hey, your inventory's low.
That's great.
Take care of that.
Okay. Our source material also talks about data cleansing and formatting,
Ah, yeah.
which I think we can all relate to.
We've all been there, yeah.
How do you explain that?
It's like, Marie Kondo for your data.
Okay.
It gets in there and makes sure everything is nice and neat and there are no errors.
I love it.
You don't have to spend hours and hours going through and cleaning stuff up.
That's awesome. Okay, next we have building custom dashboards with interactive buttons.
This is where you start to take control of how your data looks.
Mm.
It's really about visualizing your data in a way that makes sense to you. So you can have, say, a project manager, they can have a dashboard where they click a button and it shows them all the project's progress, what the key metrics are, how their team's doing.
I love it.
It's really cool.
Okay. Automating conditional formatting.
So this one is about making your data visually impactful.
Okay, yeah.
Instead of just staring at rows and rows of numbers,
Yeah.
you can use conditional formatting to highlight certain things, say like a sauce company,
Okay.
and they're looking at customer subscriptions, and they can see, oh, this account is at risk of churning.
Okay.
And so it makes that information really stand out so you can take action.
It's like you know exactly where to look immediately.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Schedule data backups to Google Drive.
This one is like peace of mind.
Yeah.
Set it, forget it.
Yeah.
You're automatically backing up your data to the cloud. So if anything happens to your computer, your data's safe.
Safe and sound. Okay. Syncing Google Sheets with Google Calendar.
Oh, this one's really cool for streamlining things.
I can only imagine, yeah.
Imagine you're in HR and you have to schedule a bunch of interviews.
Yeah.
You can connect your sheets and it can look at the candidate's availability, the interviewer's schedule, and it can just automatically schedule those interviews for you.
Wow.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, automating data analysis with pivot tables.
Pivot tables.
I know.
They're powerful, but they can also be a bit tedious to set up.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
But with automation, you can have them automatically generate reports.
So You could break down sales by region, by product, anything you want.
Awesome.
So it just does all that heavy lifting for you.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Creating custom data entry forms with dialog boxes.
Yeah, this one's really good for streamlining data entry. Making it super easy for people to input information.
Yeah.
So, like, imagine you're, a delivery company.
Okay.
Your drivers can just input all their updates right there in a spreadsheet using these custom forms.
Awesome.
And so it all gets in there. You don't have to do a bunch of paperwork. It's all digital.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, syncing Google Sheets with SQL databases.
All right, now we're talking about big data, right?
Yeah.
So if you're dealing with massive data sets, Google Sheets might not be enough.
Yeah.
But you can connect to a SQL database, which can handle all that information.
Okay.
And so it really takes data management to the next level.
So it's like Google Sheets is how you access and work with it. And SQL is where it's stored.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all very secure. It can handle tons and tons of information.
Yeah.
It's great.
I love it. So we've just run through 10 projects, and that's just a high-level overview.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just a little taste.
So I am buzzing with ideas.
Yeah, so are we. There's so much we can do with this.
Totally.
So welcome back to Different Perspectives. In part 1, we kind of gave you a taste of what's possible with these 10 automation projects.
Right. Yeah, we threw a lot at you guys.
Yeah, but now we want to get into the so what.
Yeah, the why. Why should people care?
Yeah, exactly. Why should you care?
Exactly.
So think about this. How much time every week do you spend on these little tasks in spreadsheets?
Yeah, the mindless stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like updating data, formatting cells, sending reports.
Yeah, it's like death by 1,000 clicks.
Exactly. And it's not just minutes, it's hours, days maybe that you could be getting back.
Yeah, totally.
And time, as we know, especially in the startup world, is precious.
So valuable.
And you want to be focusing on the things that are actually going to move the needle for your business.
Right. Strategy, brainstorming, the fun stuff.
Yeah, and automation gives you that time back.
Yeah, totally. And also, I feel like it reduces errors.
Absolutely.
Because how many times have you put in the wrong, pasted something in the wrong spot or had a typo?
All the time, yeah.
And it can have massive consequences, especially if you're dealing with financials or customer data.
Definitely, yeah. And automation really takes the human error element out of it.
Yes, I love that.
It just makes everything consistent, accurate.
Yeah, so it's you have a quality control system that's running 24/7.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, I also feel like this frees up mental energy.
Huge, yes.
When you're constantly bogged down by these tasks,
yeah,
you don't have the energy to think creatively.
you're just kind of in survival mode, right?
Yes.
Just trying to get through the day. And then when you can automate those things, you're freeing up all this mental bandwidth to actually think strategically, come up with new ideas, solve problems.
Your brain can finally switch gears and get into thriving mode.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
is so important, especially for startups who are, they're wearing multiple hats.
Yes, all the hats.
Yeah, all the hats, they're doing everything. And so automation can really be a game changer for them.
Yeah, totally. It helps them punch above their weight.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, we also have to mention the power of data-driven decision-making.
This is huge. Data is everything.
It's everything.
Yeah.
But if you're spending all your time just gathering it and cleaning it, you don't actually have time to look at it and figure out what it means.
You're not getting those insights.
Yeah.
That you need to make those smart decisions.
Right. So how does automation help with that?
So automation, it streamlines that whole process, right?
Right.
So it pulls the data in automatically, cleans it up, formats it, and even generates reports for you.
So you can actually look at it and be oh, okay,
Exactly.
this is what this data means.
Yeah, and then make decisions based on that, not just your gut feeling.
Love that. Okay, so we talked about the general benefits, but now let's get into some specifics.
Yeah, let's do it.
Of these 10 projects, what are you most excited about?
Oh, that's a great question. There are so many good ones.
Yeah, there are.
But, one that really stands out is that automation of data imports from external APIs.
Okay, yeah, the live data from the
Yeah,
web. Right.
exactly. So we talked about the financial startup tracking stock prices.
Right.
But you could apply this to any area of your business, really.
Okay, yeah, give me some examples.
So let's say you're a marketing manager.
Okay.
You could be tracking website traffic, social media engagement, how your competitors are doing, all in real time. And you don't have to go to all these different platforms and pull that data manually. It just comes right into your spreadsheet.
Amazing. So you can actually spend your time analyzing it, not just like gathering it.
Exactly. And because it's live, you can make adjustments on the fly.
Right.
If a campaign's not working, you can tweak it. You can adapt. You can be agile, which is, so important in the startup world.
Yeah, totally. Okay, that API stuff sounds really powerful, but I have to admit I'm like a little fuzzy on how it actually works.
Sure.
Like, can you break it down for me, someone who doesn't know how to code?
Absolutely. So think of an API like a vending machine.
Okay, I like this.
Right. You put in your request, which is like your money, and then the API gives you back the data you want, which is like your snack.
Okay, I love that analogy.
Yeah, so it's basically just a way for different systems to talk to each other.
Okay, that makes sense.
And app script is like the language that you use to talk to that vending machine.
I love it. Okay, this is definitely one I'm gonna have to like dig into a little bit more.
Yeah, there's a lot to it.
Okay, another project that I was really intrigued by was automating email notifications.
Oh, yeah. This one's great.
Like, what a time saver. We talked about a few examples, but let's say you are a project manager
Okay.
and you have all these different projects you're juggling.
It's easy to lose track.
Oh, it's so easy to lose track.
Yeah.
But you could set up a system where, like, the second a task is overdue, you get an email notification.
Yeah, so you don't have to be constantly checking.
Yes.
You can focus on other things, and then you'll get that alert when you need it.
It's like peace of mind.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not, like, constantly having to follow up with your team
Yeah.
and be like, hey, is this done? Is this done?
And you can set it up for all sorts of things.
Right. Like, if the budget's, like, getting low, you could have a notification for that.
Yeah, or if a deadline is approaching.
Oh, love that.
Yeah, so it's really about staying on top of things without having to, be in your inbox all day.
Yes.
Or be in your spreadsheets all day.
Exactly.
It just takes care of it for you.
Love it. Okay, so these two projects, the API one, the email notification one, like, are you kidding? I'm already, like, rethinking how I do my work.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff.
What other, like, automation gems are you excited about? Right. Welcome back to Different Perspectives. So we've seen what's possible with these 10 Google Sheets automation projects, right?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff.
It is amazing. And then we went over, like, the real world benefits, like
Yeah.
why this matters to you and how it can, like, really change how you work.
Exactly. Free up so much time and energy.
Totally. But I want to get even more specific now. Like, I want to actually see how these projects work in the real world.
Okay, yeah, let's dive in.
Let's do it. Let's start with that API stuff, like pulling in data from the web.
Okay, yeah. Automating data imports from external APIs.
Yes, the one that I'm, like, still a little confused by.
Well, we talked about the financial startup tracking stock prices, but think about a marketing team.
Okay.
They want to know how their campaigns are performing, right?
Yeah.
So they've got data from their website, social media, their email marketing. It's all over the place.
Yeah, so much data.
So with AppScript, they can automatically import all of that into one Google Sheet.
Okay, wow.
So they can see in real time which campaigns are driving the most traffic, the most leads, the most sales.
That's so powerful. So they don't have to, like, log into 10 different platforms.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
It
amazing.
just saves so much time.
Okay, so then they can actually focus on analyzing it
Yeah.
instead of just gathering it.
Exactly. And because it's all live, they can make adjustments really quickly.
Okay,
They can be agile, they can be responsive, which is so important in the marketing world.
totally. Okay, let's move on to another one that I think has a ton of potential, which is automating those email notifications.
Oh, yes.
We talked about a few examples, but let's say you're a project manager.
Okay.
You've got a ton of projects you're juggling, different deadlines, budgets. It's a lot.
It's easy to miss things.
Oh my gosh, so easy. But with this, you can literally set up a system where if a task becomes overdue, you get an email
Instantly.
instantly.
Mhm.
So you don't have to, like, keep checking in with everyone.
Exactly. No more nagging.
I love that. It's like peace of mind.
Yeah, it's great.
So you can focus on other stuff, and then if something needs your attention, boom, you get that notification.
You know exactly what to do.
You can even set it up for, like, other stuff,
Yeah.
right? Like if the budget is getting close to the limit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you could set up a notification for that.
Love that. Or if a deadline is, like, coming up.
Yeah, any kind of trigger that you want.
So it's like a safety net.
It is.
On-
It's like having a virtual assistant who's always watching things for you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't wrap up this whole deep dive without talking about syncing with SQL databases.
All right, yeah, let's get into the big leagues.
Yeah, this is like next level. So imagine a startup They're growing super fast. They got tons of data.
Yeah, a regular spreadsheet might not cut it anymore.
Right. Like, it's just too much.
Exactly. So that's where a SQL database comes in. They
Okay.
can handle all that data, no problem.
So Google Sheets is like how you look at it, but the database is where it actually lives.
Yeah, think of Google Sheets as the storefront, and the SQL database is like the massive warehouse in the back.
Okay, yeah, I get it. So like what kind of startup could use this?
Really, any startup that has a lot of data.
Okay.
Like, let's say you're an e-commerce company, you have thousands of transactions every day.
Yeah.
You can sync your sales data to a SQL database, and then you can track inventory, you can analyze customer behavior, you can generate reports, all without slowing down your spreadsheets.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Or if you're a research company collecting tons of experimental data, a SQL database can help you organize it, analyze it, share it.
Really opens up the possibilities.
Absolutely. It's about giving startups access to the same kind of data power that big companies have.
I love it. Well, I think we've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have. We've gone deep.
We've gone really deep, and I'm so inspired by like what's possible with Google Sheets automation.
Yeah, it's really a game changer.
It is. And I think anyone listening can use this to save time, to work smarter, to make better decisions.
Definitely. It's about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. So as we wrap up, I want to challenge everyone listening.
Okay, I like a challenge.
What's one thing that you can automate today using Google Sheets and Apps script?
Start small. Pick one task that's been driving you crazy and see what you can do.
And let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we want to hear about it.
All right, that's it for this deep dive on different perspectives. Until next time, happy automating.
Happy automating.